Hey there, welcome to Fund to Money. We are discussing here the 4 things that you need to keep in mind when you're investing in ELSS through SIP, which is Systematic Investment Plan. ELSS, Equity Linked Savings Scheme. Equity Linked Savings Scheme, as we know, is an equity fund, as a category of equity funds, which are eligible for tax deduction under Section 80C. Tax deduction is how much? That's 1.5 lakhs, like any other Section 80C instrument, whether it's PPF, NSC, what have you, and you get, as I mentioned, you get annual tax deduction up to 1.5 lakhs. Systematic Investment Plan is a facility where you invest a predetermined amount in a mutual fund scheme. The idea is to invest regularly, and in this case what it allows you to invest regularly for your tax saving investment. So when you're going to go for an SIP for ELSS, you want to regularly invest. You don't want to be like some of the other people who invest really at the end in a rush. You want to do it regularly. What are the 4 things that you need to keep in mind when you're going for an SIP in ELSS? That is what we're going to be discussing in just a little while. Welcome back, welcome to Fund to Money. We are discussing the 4 things that you need to keep in mind when you are investing in ELSS, Equity Linked Savings Scheme, through an SIP, that's Systematic Investment Plan. You're basically investing in a predetermined amount regularly in an equity linked savings scheme so that you can get tax deduction up to 1.5 lakh under Section 80C, provided that's the only tax saving investment that you want to make. So let's jump on to the first step. What is the first thing that you need to look? Obviously, because you're wanting the equity fund advantage, in the long term, equity funds provide you with high returns, and these returns are much higher than other alternatives. Typically 8 to 10 years, equity funds will give you returns more than any other alternative. In tax saving investments, ELSS has the potential to give you returns higher than others, simply because it's investing in equities. So anything that's giving you interest, they are lower risk, and therefore they give you lower returns. So what are you going to look at? You're going to look at returns. You basically are going to compare 1 year, 3 year, 5 year returns across your choice, the various equity linked savings scheme. There is one thing you must not do. Don't pick up the hottest ELSS. That is a common mistake people do. They pick up the flavor of the season, which is a bad idea, because if things don't go well, then they look around, they start figuring out what to do, and that is a problem. So 1, 3, 5 years, you look at the performance. Remember, this is a long-term play that you're doing. As we mentioned, it's a long-term investment. That is also the reason why ELSS can be a good component of your investments in long-term requirements, be it retirement, be it children's higher education. So suppose you're investing in for your retirement, and PPF you have invested is one part of it. ELSS can form a larger part of it, simply because you have to beat inflation, and you want your money to grow. Even if it's a tax saving investment, there's a limited amount of tax saving that you can do. You basically want to do that. There's also another thing that you need to remember, that here when you're doing SIP, each installment is getting locked in for 3 years. Each investment that you make, it's getting locked in for 3 years. So therefore, it pays to be very, very careful to compare the performance, because you're committing to that investment discipline. You cannot suddenly change your mind, okay? Without having undesirable consequences, right? So the second thing that you need to keep in mind, which is something which we just discussed, which is the lock-in. Each installment has a lock-in of 3 years. A lot of people are unaware of this. So each investment that you make has got a lock-in of 3 years. So what does that mean? If somebody is investing in an SIP in an ELSS on 1st of January 2021, that investment amount remains locked in till 31st December 2023. 1st February 2021 you invest another SIP installment, it remains locked in till January 31st 2024. So 3-year lock-in. Therefore you need to keep this lock-in in mind. Before that, you must be very sure that it's a consistently performing ELSS that you're investing in, so that you're confident you're not just picking up any flavor of the season, so that don't have a trophy of ELSS that you collect. A lot of people keep investing in the best ELSS of that year, best ELSS, which people recommend, and they end up having so many ELSS in their investment cupboard, right? So the other thing that you need to keep in mind is the SIP date, which is the date when the SIP money is going to go out. That is the date if you're a regular pay person, you get salary, or if you're self-employed, you have to make sure on that particular the money is in your account, or bank will get you into some level of bother. That's right. So the next bit is what is the SIP period? How long are you going to be investing? And a lot of people get confused with the lock-in period, and they think it's a 3-year regimen you have to do. No, that's not what it is. You can do whatever period, it's fine with you. But importantly, remember, whether you stay in ELSS even after the lock-in, you have to stay in the ELSS lock-in of your investment. But a lot of people perforce want to go out of ELSS investment. You shouldn't be doing it. If that fund is doing well, why go out? Why fix something which ain't broke, as they say? So if it is not doing well, or you've seen over 1 year, 3 year periods, things are not growing as well, it's not doing as well as other ELSS investments or equity fund investments, and you want to go into a better one. So what you would do is go for a diversified equity fund investment, but make sure you remain invested in equity and an equity fund for that 8 to 10 year period, because that is only when you will get all the benefits. So this is roughly what some of the things that you need to keep in mind. Remember, to get tax reduction, the investments you make in a particular year, that is what qualifies. So if you start in September, you get benefits for the installments you pay from September onwards. So if you're paying 10,000 rupees from September onwards, then you pay 6 installment, 60,000 is a deduction you get. That is one more reason why you should be starting from 1st of April or month of April, as early as possible in a financial year, so that you get maximum tax deduction for an investment that has a potential to grow quite a bit. So these are some of the things that you need to keep in mind. Specifically, we have discussed 4 things that you need to keep in mind when you're about to invest in equity linked savings scheme through systematic investment plan. So we hope you found this useful. If you've liked it, hit the like button, share it with others, and get connected with us on all leading social media networks. Wait for our next presentation. Till the next time, take very good care of yourself, and goodbye.